Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to start a hip hop blog. In this video we are going to cover what exactly a hip hop blog is with a few examples. I'm going to show you and tell you why you need to pick a niche in the beginning and how to niche down. In addition, I'm going to show you and tell you why you need web hosting so that people can actually see your website. In addition, I am going to show you how to install WordPress, how to install free and premium WordPress theme, and some changes you have to make to your website so that you can start getting some traffic. And then I'm going to show you how to start writing. I'm going to show you how to start writing faster, in fact. In addition, I am going to show you how to make money with your blog and why you need to share your content on social media in the very beginning, and about how many blog posts you need to write to determine if your website's a success or a failure. Be sure to check out the first 3 links in the description, as those links will be the links I refer to throughout the duration of this video. First things first, what is a hip hop blog? A hip hop blog is simply a blog where you create content answering questions about different hip hop artists and subcultures. For example, people are going to the internet and they're looking up the latest album reviews, they're looking up the latest gossip with regarding to all things hip hop. For example, if we take a look at this website right here, this is a pretty good example of a hip hop blog. As you can see at the very top, they're talking about Drake's Certified Lover Boy. Just got released, and so that's going to be something pretty popular. I want to point out something very interesting that you should model your blog or website after. If you look at the very beginning of all of these different blog posts, they actually have the name of the artist that the blog is about. This is called keyword optimization. They've designed it that way so that they can get traffic. Look at Ari Lennox, Nicki Minaj, all of these guys, they have the name of the person first. That's designed so that they can get organic traffic. The title of the post is the name of the artist, and then whatever it is that is the latest gossip. But you can do this too, and I'm actually going to show you how to do it. In the very beginning, I recommend that you pick a niche, so pick a section of hip hop. As we know, hip hop is a large genre. Pick a section and then niche down. You are going to have a difficult time if you try and create content about music and film and culture. So maybe just pick underground hip hop artists, or pick 1 or 2 artists that have a ton of content and create content there. As you can see, Kanye West. This is structured so that people click on it. So one thing that you can do is you can copy the domain name, which I'll talk about in just a moment, and we can put it into a keyword research tool. And we're going to go over to the Site Explorer, and I'm going to paste in the domain name, and we can get an idea of the different ways that they're ranking organically. They have over 1.8 million keywords, and we can use some of these keywords. So you can see here, these are the different keywords that they're ranking for. Now, this is a large website and has been around a long time, so they can rank for almost anything. Because your website's brand new, what you should do is you should change the keyword difficulty to 5 or less. Now, the keyword difficulty is a score between 0 and 100, and the closer you get to 100, the more difficult it will be for your website to rank. So as you can see here, we change the keyword difficulty to 5 or less, and there is some opportunity. They're talking about some things outside of hip hop, but you can do this. You can pick up and coming artists. You can even pick regional artists. People are still looking for regional artists as well. That would be an example of niching down. So if we go back over here to our slide deck, we picked a niche and we've niched down. The next thing you need to do is you need to go out and get web hosting. Web hosting is required so that your website can be seen around the world. So you're going to work with a web hosting provider, and you're going to put your website on their hard drive called a server so that people can see it. In fact, what we're going to do right now is I'm actually going to walk you through the steps of setting up your web hosting. In fact, also when you click the first link in the description, you are going to get a domain name for free. A domain name is how your customers will refer to your website. For example, World Star Hip Hop, that's a domain name. If you're thinking about some of the other hip hop blogs that are out there, the actual name of the blog is the domain name. And you can get that for free for the first year when you click the link. Right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through the process of getting everything set up step by step. When you click that link, you'll be taken to this website where you'll go ahead and click Get Started. What I recommend is to click the first one on the far left, the basic plan, if you're just getting started with a website. As you can see, there are a number of options, but click that, click Select, and then move on. Here you're going to create a domain name. If you have one in mind, you can type it in here like you see that I do. What I recommend is try and find a domain name that's going to be related to your niche. Now, what I do is I type in a domain name that I know is already taken. When it's taken, you're going to get this error. What you can then do is go back and try different domains. Now, make sure, again, you want to pick one that's related to your niche. Click Next, and then you're going to see a green box that says that it's approved. The next step is simply to go through and enter in your contact information. Make sure that when you scroll down here, make sure that you leave all of the settings on. But again, enter in your contact information, the settings right here where it says domain privacy, leave all of this checked. If you don't leave it checked, you're going to get people reaching out to you, spamming you, emailing you, trying to get you to sign up for web hosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign up and then jump back to you once I sign on and move to the next step. All right, so I've signed up and I'm going to go ahead and set up my website initially. Just create a simple username and password, make sure it meets the requirements there, and then move on. Make sure that you write it down too. Write it down in a safe spot so that you have it and you remember it, because it can be a pain to go ahead and get everything back. You're going to have to enter in like some vital information, but just make sure that you write it down. It's really easy and really simple. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that this part is not sped up at all. This is actual real time, and you can see that you'll go from absolutely nothing to a complete website in less than probably 10 minutes. And once you click submit, you're going to move on to the next step where you get to log in. Here is where you're actually going to start creating your WordPress website. Now, the great thing is Bluehost really does everything for you, and it's really simple. So again, I'm not speeding this up at all, and I want you to see what it really takes to create a website. Bluehost is going to do a little bit of work in the background for you, and we're just going to actually click on skip this step. This one, first one I clicked on start a blog, but for the next step, just click skip, because we know what we're doing, and I'm actually going to tell you what to do so that we can get up and running. Click get started right here on the left hand side, and then move on. Just click skip here and click skip here. And then just pick the first one on the far left. Make sure that you're picking a free theme, because they'll charge you. They have both free and premium themes, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So right now, it's actually creating your WordPress website. In just a few moments, you're going to click on log in to WordPress on the right-hand side there. You'll see it in just a second. And then we can actually start looking at some basic configurations. All right, so we click log in, and now we actually have a WordPress website. What may need to happen is you may need to click refresh a few times to get it to work, but now we have our website, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in and delete a few plugins, because right now it has the coming soon. And so if someone tried to get to your website at this moment, it's going to say coming soon to them, even though we can see it. This is what your WordPress website looks like, but for everyone else outside of your network, it's going to say coming soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to plugins eventually, and we're going to delete some of the plugins that we don't need. Now, I talk a little bit about plugins later on, but plugins add additional features and functionality. We are going to deactivate the Bluehost as well as the other plugins that are already activated, and then we can go through and make the necessary changes, which I'll cover in just a moment. So we're going to deactivate them and then delete them. Now, you want to make sure that you only have the plugins that you're using on your website. The more plugins you have, the slower your website's going to respond and function, and you're going to lose out on ranking. So make sure you have a lean setup, very few plugins, and then move on. As you can see right now, I'm just simply deleting some stuff that you don't need. If you want to, you could keep them, but obviously if you're just getting started, you don't need this other stuff. What's more important is the themes that we're going to talk about in just a moment, as well as getting writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those, deactivate them. And then we're actually going to start moving on to settings, which you see right here. All right, so let's go ahead and make some changes that we absolutely have to make so that you can start getting traffic. The first thing that you want to do is you want to change your site title. Your site title is going to be the title of your website. You can make this basically your domain name. For example, my domain name is Web Hosting Rewind, and you can see that's my site title. And then the tagline is basically what your website's all about in a very succinct manner. As you can see here, mine says, get the latest news and info on all things web hosting. What you want to do is make sure that yours is relevant to your niche. For example, if you are creating content about makeup, you can say, come here for the latest tips and tricks for all things makeup. Next, you want to make sure that your WordPress address is HTTPS and not HTTP. Make sure your site address is HTTPS as well. And then the administration email should automatically be set. Uncheck the membership so that anyone can register. Make sure that this is unchecked. If we scroll down here, you want to change your time zone to your time zone. There are all sorts of them here. Next, you want to make sure that you have your date format set to the way you want, and then go ahead and click save. If we go down to writing, there isn't anything in writing that we need to change. After that, we're going to go to reading. In reading, very important, you want to make sure that your homepage displays to your latest post. That's the first thing. And the second one is you want to make sure that your search engine visibility is unchecked. Do not check this. Discourage search engines from indexing this site. You do not want this, because if this is checked, people aren't going to be able to find your website, and everything that we do after this is going to be a waste. So go ahead and click save. This should be unchecked. Next, if we go down to discussion, there really isn't anything that we need to change here. Media, we can leave this as is, and then permalinks is going to be really important. Right now, your permalinks are set to plain. You want to change it to post name. This is done for search engine optimization. What's going to happen is when we create a new blog post, we are going to make it so that it's search engine optimized. We're going to use the keyword in our title, and that keyword is going to show up right here as well. And this is called search engine optimization. Make sure that it's set to post name, and then go ahead and click save. And really, that's everything that you need to do to make sure that you start getting traffic. All right, so now that we've installed WordPress, we've installed a free WordPress theme. I'm going to show you how to install a premium WordPress theme in just a second. We've made some changes to your website so that you can start getting traffic. As I mentioned, right now you have a free WordPress theme. That WordPress theme is very basic. It has no additional features and functionality. It's extremely limited. What I recommend that you do is click the second link in the description and get a premium WordPress theme. When you click that second link, you'll be taken to this website where you can find premium WordPress themes that have additional features and functionality. For example, if you want to sell things on your website, you could potentially find a WordPress theme that will help you do that. Maybe you want a WordPress theme that will optimize for ad space, which is something that we'll talk about in just a moment. You can find it here. And so what we're going to do is we could type in music, and we can find a WordPress theme based on music. As you can see here, there are over 471 items in this category. And so what I recommend that you do is go through and find one that you like. Spend about 10 minutes finding one that you like. So what you're going to do, once you find a theme that you like, you're going to click this button, add it to your cart, check out, and pay for the theme. Once you pay for the theme, you are going to download a zip drive. When you download that zip drive, you're going to unpack that zip drive, and there's going to be a second zip file. You're going to take that zip file and you are going to install it into your WordPress website. And to do that, we are simply going to go over to Appearance. We're going to click on Themes. And when we click on Themes, we're going to click on Add New. And then when we click on Add New, we're going to click on Upload Theme. And then we're simply going to drag and drop that WordPress theme that we just found here, or we can find it manually by clicking on Choose File. Once we decide how to get it there, we are going to click on Install and then Activate. And then once you do that, you're going to have a brand new WordPress theme. So now that we have that covered, we jump back over to our slide deck and we need to start writing. I get 3 questions when it comes to starting a new blog or website. How long should my blog post be? How do I start writing? And how many blog posts should I write? Let's go ahead and take care of 2 of those questions right now. To start writing, you're going to go up to Post, click on All Posts, and then you're going to click on Add New. And as I mentioned earlier, the key to getting discovered organically is to use the keyword or the name of the artist. That's going to be your keyword, and then whatever it is that they're doing at the time. So you might want to say something like young, let's get these words spelled right, thug, and then something like new album dropping tonight, we'll say. Whoops. All right, so, and you want to make sure that you're doing this every single time. Now, what you can do to try and figure out what's happening is obviously keep in touch with social media. You can also use something like Google Trends. So if we go to Google Trends here, click on Google Trends, and this is going to share trending things that are happening right now. So if we go over to Google, we go down to trending searches, you can see these are things that are trending right now. You could actually change this to real-time searches and then go by categories and then entertainment. And then as you can see here, these are things that are relevant to entertainment. Then we could even go down to, we go back up to entertainment. Okay, at one point you could actually, right, you can't do that anymore. But as you can see, these are all things that are trending, that are popular right now. If you create content on these keywords right now, you'd have a very good chance of trending. So Big Pun, Fat Joe, that's interesting. Nori, that's interesting, where you could create content and potentially start ranking today. The Blueprint, 20 years later, very, very interesting. You could trend today on this content. So anyway, we say Young Thug new album dropping tonight. All right, so we've got Young Thug new album dropping tonight. To get started writing, I like to take 10 or 15 minutes and just brainstorm and really try and help me write faster. And to do this, I will say who, what, when, where, why, and how. I'll use these 6 writing prompts to help me write faster and help me to answer the question, because again, people are coming to the internet, they're asking questions about the new album or about the 20-year anniversary of the blueprint. And what you want to do is simply answer those questions. So we could say, maybe who is Young Thug? And what you could do, and it's really important that when you're brainstorming that you do not worry about spelling. You want to just get your ideas on paper, because if you spend time going back and worrying about spelling, it's going to prevent you from getting all the ideas out. You could say, what is the name of the album? See, where will it be released? Where will it be released? Why you should listen to this album, and just go spend 10 or 15 minutes and asking and answering these questions, because it's actually going to help you write faster in the long run, and it's really going to answer your customers' questions. And once you've done the brainstorming session for about 10 or 15 minutes, you're just going to keep the ones you like and then delete the ones that don't make any sense. And the ones that you keep, you're going to turn those into H2s, and then you're simply going to answer the question. And you could say, you should listen to this album because it will be different from anything you've heard from him previously. So, for example, so what you're going to do is simply just go through, ask and answer these questions. These questions will spur other questions, which are good, and you'll have a very good blog post. And what you can do to kind of determine how long your blog post should be is, let's use the blueprint 20-year anniversary, for example, as an example, blueprint right here. So you can see that people have created content about the blueprint, and I'm just going to do a word count. Now, this looks like it's going to be a fairly long article, but this gives us an idea of how long we need to write so that we could potentially start ranking. Let's see. What it looks like they are doing is they will combine, they'll make it so that you'll actually read a multiple blog posts at one time. All right, so word counter, that's only 2,500 words. So you'd want to make sure that your blog post is about 3,000 words if you were writing on the blueprint 20 years later. But as you can see, this is a really good, So we could go back over here, make sure that our blog post is fully fleshed out, fully detailed. And then once we're done, we're going to go ahead and click publish. And once we click publish, your website's going to be available for the world to see, hear, read, and react to. Now that we have that, we can go back over to our slide deck, and now let's talk about some ways to make money. There are a number of ways to make money with your website. If we go back over to the first website example that we had, let's try this one. Actually, this is a good example. Right here is an ad. This is one of the easiest ways to make money with your website. You can work with a company like Google AdSense and have ads placed automatically on your website. You simply will click Get Started, and they'll walk you through the process, and ads will automatically be placed, and so you won't have to do any additional work. The only drawback, the only downside to Google AdSense is they don't pay you very much. You will get paid pennies on the dollar when you start with them. However, once you start getting significant traffic, like 10,000 page views per month, you can work with other ad networks like Ezoic, Media, Vine, Media.net, and they'll pay you significantly more. Another way that you can make money is simply with affiliate marketing. Now, with affiliate marketing, you are recommending or selling other people's products and services. The way that affiliate marketing works is you will find affiliate programs that are congruent with the audience, and you are simply going to add affiliate links throughout your blog post. Now, the key to affiliate marketing is simply finding affiliate programs that are congruent. For example, this blog post is about the blueprint, so you might want to become an affiliate of Apple Music and then include an option to buy and download the album here. You will not make any money if you are putting in affiliate links to crocheting when people are looking up and wanting to learn more about the blueprint. So make sure that you are finding affiliate programs that are going to be congruent or in line with your blog or website. Now, if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, the third link in the description leads to a free affiliate marketing course, which will teach you everything that you need to know about affiliate marketing step by step. Now, another way that you can make money is simply to sell your own digital or physical products. Selling your own digital or physical product is actually really easy. What you would do is you would go out, maybe you sell t-shirts or paintings or something. You can just add a plugin right to your WordPress website and you can sell. Now, selling products is outside the scope of this video, but it's actually really easy. So if we jump back over to our slide deck, the next step is you want to share your content on social media. The reason why you want to share your content is simply you probably got the information from social media. And so if you put it back where you found it, you'll probably start getting a lot of traffic faster. Also, Google isn't going to send you traffic automatically. You have to go out and take that traffic until Google starts sending it to you. And it's a good way to grow your business, grow your website, grow your brand automatically and organically. So I recommend you go out and share your content on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook groups, Reddit, anywhere where your customers are. Now, again, this is going to be important. You want to share your content where your customers are. If you are creating content about Jay-Z and you know his fan base is on Twitter, share it on Twitter. Don't go over to Pinterest and create content about Jay-Z. No one's going to click and read. All right, so the final question that I get today is how many blog posts should I write? I think, especially in this niche, because you're going to be writing a lot of content, I think your goal should be about 50 blog posts. You're probably going to need to write multiple times per day in order to start getting traction. Because things change so fast within hip hop and within music in general, you will need to write at least 50 blog posts to start gaining some traffic. I think 50 is a good number. It shows Google that you're serious about creating content, and it's going to be it's going to be kind of it'll be fun because there's going to be a lot of content out there for you to write. So be sure to check out the 3 links in the description. The first one is to web hosting, the second one is to premium WordPress theme, and the third one is to a free affiliate marketing course. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified when I upload my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.